A check of the radar on this early Tuesday morning. A weather impact alert day shows us pretty quiet right now in Memphis in the Mid-South. That will be the case through a good chunk of the day today. But look at that snow and sleet already starting to form back in Kansas and Oklahoma. That is going to continue to develop today and head our way a little later on. It is a cold start this morning. We're at 32 degrees in Memphis. We get to 40 degrees this afternoon under a mostly cloudy sky. From now until 3 p.m., things are pretty quiet. So if you need to make any last-minute preparations for this winter storm, most of today will be fine. But into this afternoon and especially by this evening, that's when we'll start to see that wintry mix come in, and that will continue through most of the night tonight. We'll start out as a wintry mix, but as temperatures drop all the way down to 19 tonight, that will eventually change over to just plain old snow for most of us. Now, north of I-40, north of Memphis, this is going to be a mainly snow event. It's going to start as snow and then continue as snow. For this area in pink, which includes Memphis and parts of North Mississippi back into eastern Arkansas, that's where we'll start out with a little bit of a mix, sleet and snow, and then transition to just plain old snow. And here's kind of the difference in those. Of course, you know what snow is like. Sleet is those little ice pellets, the little balls of ice that fall down. They make a lot of noise as they're coming down. But sleet does not accumulate as much as snow. So anytime we get sleet that mixes in, it's going to decrease our overall accumulation amounts. Of course, freezing rain is when you get that rain that falls and then glazes over into ice. That's the worst kind of winter weather. Thankfully, we do not expect much of that this time around. Again, to the north, it's mainly just snow. So those totals will be a little higher. Dyersburg, Ripley, Covington, over to Blytheville and Truman, 3 to 5 inches of snow possible. The further south you go, the more we're going to see some sleet mix in. So that's going to decrease those totals a little bit for the Memphis Metro, probably 1 to 3 inches of combined snow and sleet. Down into North Mississippi, more like 1 to 2 inches of snow and sleet. And then even further south, probably a little less than that, probably a little closer to just an inch in places like Clarksdale, Batesville, and Oxford. Again, the hour by hour will show us that most of today is dry. By this afternoon, though, we start to see some sleet and snow in eastern Arkansas, and that starts to cross the river just in time for the evening commute. By 5 p.m., we'll start to see some sleet and snow into Memphis. Again, mainly just snow to the north of Memphis, but where that purple area is, that's where we could see a little bit of a mix. As we go through the night, it transitions to mostly just snow. Notice your temperatures plummet, teens and 20s by 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's when it will be all snow, and then that will clear out by 6 a.m. tomorrow. So again, things will wrap up by tomorrow morning, maybe a couple of flurries, but look how cold it gets. Highs in the 20s, lows in the teens and single digits. So the bitter cold is going to be another issue once all this ends. And of course, with that snow on the ground and it being so cold, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So a weather impact alert day for the next 3 days. Snow and sleet starts this evening into tonight. It will continue overnight with several inches possible in parts of the Mid-South. That will end by tomorrow morning, but then it just gets cold. 26 Wednesday, 22 Thursday, lows in the teens and single digits. It really won't be until this weekend until we see those temperatures climb back to near 50 on Sunday and then 61 with sunshine next Monday.